Hello and welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy the video. This is my first time talking here instead of simply making a video and having music over it. So, hello everyone. I'm the creator of Phantom Eclipse, an action comic about Echo, a girl who gets pulled into the Phantom Core and has to learn the truth in order for her to escape. My journey into comics started back in 2015 when Webtoons hosted the Stan Lee Superhero Comics Contest. I consider this to be what planted the seed, what got me into comics. I wasn't really interested in them before, but I love a good contest. And I barely had, I had the first few pages, to be honest, and I spent months working on it and didn't even get to submit because I didn't have the right program at the time. They have the vertical, as anyone who knows, Webtoons has the vertical scrolling setup, so I basically was just trying to get the pages done so I could have something. I practically almost gave up for a time, but then someone gave me a little kick, a little nudge to go ahead and pursue this. So I started trying to figure out what I was going to do and where I wanted to go with the story. So then in late 2017, I started posting. It went well, and I think even briefly made the top 30, which was really exciting. My art wasn't that good. I made the mistake of using a thin line tool on Clip Art Studio. I was still learning to use it, and line weight really wasn't a thing for me at the time. I think I was also trying to make it look a little too more like cartoon or anime, where you have the very fine lines sometimes. But then in December it got downrated and I got put into basically an abyss of suffering because once my rating got dropped, first off my rating got dropped to 2 point something. And rating on Webtoons, if your rating goes down past a certain point, you lose your visibility. And that's basically what happened to me. I'm pretty much over it by now, mostly because Webtoons kind of burned me out of their, how they do it. So, there's that. Webtoons really isn't, in my opinion, the best way to handle comics. I think I've heard about people complaining about how, for both in, if you want to compare it to something, Webtoons is kind of like, Shueisha or Shonen Jump in Japan, where you pretty much pump out stuff as much as you can, but you have a little bit more of a leeway, I think, in terms of taking breaks. And then you can now, everyone I think can now set things up to where it will upload on its own. But it's still not the best method, in my opinion, for making comics. I really think that if you want to make comics, then you need something that's set more to your preference. That's why I pretty much have left Webtoons after I spent 5 years there. Just to give you a rough idea, I pretty much left it early 2022, I think. I pretty much just posted the last part of the 5th chapter, and I just left it at that because I didn't see a point in trying to put more out there. By that point, I had heard of Kindle Direct Print, and I wanted to do something that was easier for me to put out at a easier time rate, and that's why I moved over to, I now have both halves of chapter 1. I may get just the whole chapter 1 up. I'm working on some stuff trying to do stuff. I'm working on a one-shot to kind of give Phantom Eclipse a break. Phantom Eclipse was, I think whenever I first started Phantom Eclipse, I thought I should do like this really long series at the time. I had no plans besides just thinking, oh, I should make this a very long series. That was a mistake. I had no idea of what I was really getting into in terms of what I wanted to do and go with it. It took me several tries on the first season. And then one year I went to a Comic-Con because I wanted to kind of try to get my work out there a little bit. I was not going as a vendor, for clarification. I went as just someone who walks around, looks at stuff, buys stuff. And Christopher Priest was there. He had a panel. And something that really struck a chord in me when I heard it, when he said it, was know your world. And it made me realize what was wrong with my comic, namely the story part. Because art is something you can pretty much develop as you go, although I do believe you should aim for a more developed art style if you can. Or aim for an art style that suits your story. There's lots of people on YouTube that gives you pointers and stuff on that. But hearing those words, know your world, made me realize I didn't really know the world of Phantom Eclipse. At that time, I knew how it started. It wasn't going very well. I had rewritten it more time, the first season a few times, because I couldn't really make up my mind on what I wanted to do and go where I wanted to go with it. And so hearing those words made me sit down, get a notebook, and really start writing things out. Characters, story points, outlines, and so on and so forth, because I was flying by the seat of my pants, and I had no idea really where I wanted to go with it, despite all my rewriting, because yes, deep sigh there. It's overwhelming to try to write a long form story or a long series or, a book, a really thick book, like, think of like Aragon, if you read that by Christopher Paolini, or The Hobbit. Well, Hobbit is a pretty short book in my opinion, but something long and thick. Basically, I set the bar higher than I could jump. But hearing the words, know your world, made me think. It made me reevaluate. And then I finally did it. I finished rewriting. I stopped really pretty much overall rewriting the first season. It's pretty much set in concrete by now, with the exception of maybe some things I would like to edit or add in. Basically, to flesh out areas that at the time I wrote, but I feel like I could probably flesh out better now, because I know the world of Phantom Eclipse. I know what I'm writing and where I want to go with it. In fact, I started on the third season sometime last year. I need to get back to that, but I segment how I operate because it's too much to try to really do both the writing and the art for me. I'm the writer, I'm the editor, I'm the artist, I'm the storyboarder, I'm all that, and it's overwhelming. It's amazing, but it's overwhelming because it's like I have all these things I gotta do whenever I do my comic. And I have other ideas. I have another series sitting in the wings I would love to one day make a reality, preferably in a way sooner than later. I have certain things in mind that I would like to bring to fruition. I'm currently working on one shot that I would love to get done. I would love to aim for sometime in late July in terms of launching it. But I also know that whenever I make plans, life tends to kind of crushed the life out of me, so to speak. Stuff happens. Life happens. That's more real when we really think about all the times you make plans and then things just go south. It's very frustrating. So I hope you've enjoyed my video. I hope you like and subscribe. The link for my work is below. I'm currently on Amazon. I plan on staying on Amazon for the most part, but I'm trying to branch out. I'm trying to find alternate methods. Webtoons taught me to never put all my eggs in one basket. So, we'll see where this goes. I hope y'all will hop on and join me in this little journey. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy the video, and bye-bye for now.